Hello, it's Annabelle Beckwith here, slightly late to the party, but contributing to the 7 stories, 7 lessons thread that has been going round. I feel compelled to say I'm not wearing the same clothes for 7 days, I'm filming them all on one day. Last year, I came back into my kitchen to find the worktops were all flooded. And actually it had been a bit of a morning because I'd been out and about. I had been chased down the street by a dog, you know, that awkward way where you're trying to maintain some shreds of dignity in the face of laughing onlookers while still trying to run away from a dog that's trying to bite the back of your leg. I'd been caught out and about without an umbrella, so was soaked to the skin, came back in and, you know, what next? There was a work surface covered with water. Now my first impulse was to blame my teenagers for spilling something and not clearing up after themselves. So I mopped it up, feeling a bit aggrieved, went and got on with something, went back into the kitchen and noticed, oh, that water's back. At which point it became clear that actually it wasn't a spillage that hadn't been properly cleared up. There was something else. And so I had to kind of move everything aside and figure out where is this water coming from. It turned out it was coming from the boiler, it was in the cupboard in my kitchen. I had to call out an engineer and so on, and it was all fixed. Why am I bothering to tell you this? Well, because it has to do with the way in which the brain is wired that isn't particularly helpful to problem solving. And what happened to me in the kitchen there will happen when you are involved in or leading a problem solving session in the workplace. What people will do typically is that you'll look at an issue, a presenting issue, and the brain will immediately leap to a conclusion. In my case, it was my kids have spilt something, let me just text them and tell them off. And funnily enough, they both started blaming each other, and I did actually message them back to apologise when it was clear that actually it was neither of them, it was the boiler. But we will leap to a conclusion, and in a workplace situation, when we're exploring that option, sometimes unconscious bias will come in and we're thinking to ourselves, I kind of know what this is, I know what this is. And we start asking questions and exploring things in a way that confirm what we think we know. And that is something to watch out for. There's a lot of behavioural things and mindset things that are going into that problem-solving situation, and it's really important to be aware of that, how people behave in these situations, typically in a group context, and how the brain is actually working in this particular context. It's very easy to look at methodologies, whether it's the 5 whys, the fishbone, and think, well, there's the structure, and sometimes we forget to think about this is what human beings do when they are presented with a problem. So be aware of that mindset, be aware of it, challenge it in yourself, challenge it in other people when you go into your problem solving session, and it'll be a lot more effective in actually defining the right problem first and foremost, and then coming up with potential solutions.